Eyes.
Eyes.
Oh, we already struggling.
Okay.
This
Eyes.
is eyes.
Aha.
You know I can't afford it.
Can't afford.
Cheers to y'all. Okay, all three of you listening. So, firstly, there's been a lot of cries for us to have a podcast. But I don't know if it's a wolf cry. It is everything. They're like, oh, yo, okay, Kim, you should have a show. You should have a show. You should have a podcast. You should have a podcast.
Yes, tens of people.
Tens of people screaming in my DMs.
Yes,
Say we should have a podcast.
absolutely.
And so here we are.
We're here to please.
We're here to please, but also
Keep the bar in hell.
keep the bar low. We have lives.
And careers.
We're not aiming to be the best podcaster.
No.
We're just here to please the 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here on Vibes.
Yeah.
You know, our
Like I
best
said.
friends will listen to this if no one else. Shout out to Manny
Yeah.
and Iman.
And we may not be here next week. we are a pop-up. We're a pop-up podcast.
That's right.
So just check back.
That's right.
You know, I believe in trying, as I told you. And I think that's why I have interacted with a lot of red flags, actually.
Because you believe in trying.
Because I believe in trying. And
Okay.
honestly, I am someone who pushes past the red flag.
Same.
And I think having you as a friend has not helped that, if I'm honest.
Accurate. Yeah.
We enable each other.
We do. We're also very understanding people. So it's like we have a lot of empathy. So, you know, there will be a bleeding red flag. And we'll be like, oh, it's just, he's so talented with it. Look at how he twirls that shit. It's beautiful.
And his mom did that thing to him that he mentioned to me in date 1.
He's got all the wounds and I can heal him and help him. And
I am here to help you. Jesus said, I don't read the Bible, so I don't know.
That's fine.
Well, I lost it there.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did this podcast come to life?
Outside of the tens of people?
No, the red flags of it all. I feel like you and I talk about red flags a lot.
I think we talk about red flags a lot because we deal with them a lot and ignore them a lot. And they have put us in positions where we're stressed a lot. Though I will say we are getting much better now. We have had a lot of instances. We got lots of stories. But I think at our big age now, we are getting much better at identifying
The red flags.
the red flags early on. I feel like we're in a new space.
I agree. Amen. I think I can recognize a red flag faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think God is also losing patience with me. So
Well.
I feel like when I ignore, God's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
And I'm still like,
Yeah.
and another one. But to that point, my red flag is not your red flag. Your red flag is not mine. And our red flags is not theirs.
Exactly.
One of these cameras.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to sort of define what a red flag is.
Yes.
And the extremity that it can go to. So I got a couple examples. So there's like a red flag and there's like a pink flag.
How pink is pink?
We'll say like a rose blush.
A rose blush. Can you give us something in the world that has rose blush? You know
Rose-
those.
It's
Shout out to my Ugandans and Africans who are like,
it's like a soft magenta. It's like Jessica
you're
Chastain.
making the words bigger, okay? I need you to use.
It's like Jessica Chastain's cheek when she crying. It's like okay.
Oh, it's soft. A baby pink.
Yes.
A washed out.
A washed out pink.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So this is something that like it could become red later.
Okay.
But in the moment, it's kind of like, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna watch.
Okay. So it gets your attention.
It gets your attention.
Okay.
It doesn't make you run, but it makes you put your shoes on.
Do you tell your friends about this rose blush flag?
We do.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not like an ick. It's like something that could be an indication of something bigger.
Got it. So you're like,
Yeah.
but I love my man.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
An example of this is if he brings you flowers, but the flowers are kind of like the bargain bin flowers. So there's a little crust on the petals. There's a little decay.
There's that string that looks brown. You know that string, York. I know it because that man has been holding it all day by the roadside, asking. It's a last-minute thought flower.
It's the last-minute thought flower, but it's also like it feels like it's representative of what the relationship is going to be, because there's a little bit of it just don't have the life that you would expect. And now you're grateful to get the flowers because the young man thought enough to go out and get them. But when did he get them? Where did he get them? You know, like, they just have a spirit. We talk a lot about spirits.
Yes, yeah, we do. We do.
And how certain things can have a spirit of sadness. And when you get a bouquet.
String, I know I'm hyper-focusing on this string, but that string, it's very particular. You know when someone's been holding it? Because, you know, it's those guys that stand on the roadside selling those flowers.
Yes.
The worst thing for me is when I see the barcode. Immediately,
Yes.
I'm getting Ralph's.
Yeah.
No shade to Ralph's if y'all want to sponsor this podcast.
That's right. But yeah, so that to me is a rose blush flag. It's like you thought ahead. You got me a gift.
Wait. Rewind. Is this like he's bringing you flowers just on a Tuesday or on a birthday? Because I would argue on a birthday, you're bringing me that string flower.
That's a red flag.
We're heading closer to red.
Yes.
This is just a Tuesday.
This is just a Tuesday.
Hey,
this
babe,
is a
thought
random.
of you.
Yes, thought of you.
Yeah, you see, this is how they get me because I would notice it and I'll be like, but.
Exactly, but it could be an indication of something bigger.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
okay. I think that's a good. Okay, you know, I asked too many questions. Do you send a photo to me of those flowers? Because that's the thing with these rose blush flowers. I mean, these rose blush flags.
Yeah.
The thing what I've noticed about myself, I'll only speak for me, is when I have a rose blush flag, I need it to stay rose blush. And if I send you that picture and you clock that is a flag, it starts to inch.
Yes.
So, do you send me a photo?
It depends on if I'm trying to protect my idea of that relationship or not.
Yeah.
If it's the beginning and I ain't had a good man in some time and this seems like a young man that got some sense.
Yeah.
And I get some crusty flowers, I would keep that to myself.
I might send you a text. He sent me flowers, emoji flower, emoji flower. Because the emoji flowers look better than those flowers. Okay, back to the point. Okay, so that is our zero.
That's the a pink flag.
Yeah.
A red flag.
How red?
Like a blood red.
Blood red. Okay, like blood, yeah.
Yeah. Which one do I want to do here? He's over 30.
I don't know why that's making me laugh. I'm over 30. I don't know why that.
No. It's because it's
I
important.
know what's coming.
He's over 30. You've been dating for a while. The time has come to consummate the situationship, the relationship. And you show up to his house, and he has a mattress on the floor.
Triggering.
With no sheets.
Triggering.
And no duvet cover. It's just one of them sad blankets that you would like get from a. Come on.
The Lord.
It's one of them sad blankets that you would get from like a Walmart for like $10. And that's what that young man sleeps under with one pillow.
How long have we been dating? I agree this is a terribly red flag, and it's triggering because you know my past. I'm not ready to share it with y'all. This is a pop-up podcast. If we keep going, maybe episode 60, I will share that story. We're not there yet. Mm-hmm. This is triggering. Can you tell I'm triggered?
A little bit, but...
And I know you did it.
No.
Because you were... As you started talking, I'm like, this nigga's talking about my life.
No, the reason why I did it is because you were the one that brought me out of... Now, listen, let me be clear. I have always had sheets. I've always had sheets and pillowcases that I wash regularly.
He does.
But I had one of those college comforters, that you get with the college sets at Target. I had one of those, and I was in my late 20s. And Kimmy was like, "You got to get a duvet cover," and it was just something that I had never thought about. And then I was like, "Oh, you're right."
That is a blush red flag for me. A blush pink flag. When I see a photo and I see that college duvet, it's not even a duvet, y'all.
It's just
a comforter. And on this side is gray, and on this side is black. On this side is red, the other side is blue. What are you? Are we 5? Are we 5?
It's the reversible.
I hate it. It's the reversal, which shows me you don't want to wash your shit because you're like, oh, it's time to turn it around. Bloop. I don't like it. It bothers me. Oh, my God. So I told York.
Come back.
I told York, take that shit out. Because when I see that with a man, if I go to his home and I see that, I'm out.
Yes, and I appreciated that, and you were right. And I have since, You have
a great duvet set up at your home.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
I love your duvet.
CB2.
Yeah.
Get you right.
Yeah. Listen, see, I provided something to your life.
What were we talking about?
You were what the red hot...
It is, that to me is a red flag because when you pointed that out, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And even now, if I don't see a duvet cover on a comforter, that's like that's giving a blush flag to me because I'm like, you not like at mid-30s?
Mid-20s. I'm sorry. I just think the minute you're paying rent.
I mean, yes. I'm only giving myself grace.
You know what? You learned. The thing is with you is you're clean. But the problem is I don't know that walking in.
That's right.
So that's why I was like, York,
Yeah.
we change.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the red hot flag is you walk in, there's a mattress on the floor. Is it an air mattress?
Oh, I mean, at that point, it's black.
Okay.
It's
like
black
a real mattress.
flag.
He says that he's into that. Is it?
Japanese?
Yeah, the Japanese thing, the closer to the floor.
Yeah,
is
but even
better.
that got a bed frame.
I know, but he says he's working on the bed frame.
That just made the red flag even redder because now you're trying to justify the fact that you got no...
Okay, he's like, it's order. You know how you order things and they take some time? He's ordering it in. He has that duvet. That is a red hot flag. I'm leaving personally. How long have we been dating when I walk in?
Let's say this is a place you're in a place where you're taking this young man seriously. So it's been a month.
And you know how they get you, especially LA men. They come into your home first. And me, I like convenience, guys. I hate leaving my house. So all of a sudden, we're chilling at my place a lot. And then you go into their homes and you're like, my God, this is a rat.
It's rough.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're working with.
So that's the range. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's an obvious red flag. Okay. Cool. So for me, I'm gonna bring up a red flag from my personal life.
Okay.
That we're gonna put in this flagometer.
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna grade it. So
Okay.
if the blush pink was the flowers
Yeah.
and the red flag was the mattress.
Yes.
You're going to tell me where
Okay.
where it
I got
fits
you.
in. So, okay, I'm gonna use it. Okay, so I was dating this guy. I was a virgin at the time, and like a virgin, not like I wasn't trying to have sex at that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is a version in all the areas.
Let's not go into specifics. I said what I said. Okay. Nobody asked you to. This not. How does that? It doesn't even matter in this story. Why you listen? We don't need to.
Okay, it's not
Want me to
important.
tell? Oh well, he.
No.
But you know,
I just mean in
let's
your
talk-
stage of
let's-
development.
Let's talk about that. People who say I'm a virgin, but I got it up the ass.
I think the Mormons do that. Is it the Mormons?
Catholics, is it? I think it's the Catholics.
Would they be?
Because I learned about it when I came to America. Because back home, that's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you know, I don't think that
I
black
think it was
people
like
don't
a
do that.
Catholic girls' school thing. Like,
Wait, girls to school doing that? So they?
no, that doesn't make sense.
Well, it could.
Well, or
No.
yeah, I
See,
think there was something. One of them. I'm not good with religion, y'all.
I think, yeah. But black people don't do that, I don't think. It's just like this circle jerk shit. You ever heard of it? Where people like stand in a circle and jerk off on like a cracker and then they make whoever comes last eat it? We don't do that. Like, and I hear these stories and I'm like, that was never a thing.
And then they'll say, and then it's straight men, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I was a virgin.
Yes.
I repeat, I was a virgin. Whatever that means to you.
Right.
I was a virgin. The main point of the story is there was no need for condoms in our relationship. That's the main point.
Okay.
So I was a virgin. We were in a car, and I opened the glove compartment. Not the glove compartment. What's that thing on the side
This,
where you put your trash?
the middle,
The side thing.
the middle shit. In between the seats?
No, on
the
my
little,
side.
the little holder thing.
Yeah, the little holder thing.
I don't know that
And
everybody puts
I
their trash
find
there,
a condom packet.
Okay.
You know, condom packets have 3.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
This is on your side of the car?
It was on my side of the car.
Okay.
Because nobody fucks on the other side of the car. They fuck on the passenger side of the car.
Okay. I've never had car sex, so I don't know.
Overrated.
Okay.
Overrated.
I always wanted to.
Everyone says it's good. I like comfort.
Same.
I just need to be on a bed. To be honest, like, I don't...
Or a couch. Somewhere where there's space.
Somewhere.
Anyway.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, it's been a while. But so I was on the passenger seat. I'm like taking out, and I see a condom, like, you know, it folds out like
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
It was only 1 out of 3.
Okay.
Where did the other 2 go, sir?
Uh-huh.
Because we're not having sex. Do you know what this man tells me? You know what he told me? He told me that his brother was a DJ. And the quickness with which this came out. And this is the thing, I have to give props to men who lie. Y'all be lying so wild that you catch me off guard, okay? Because the lie I think you're coming with, I'm ready for. It's like, my brother's a DJ. Okay.
What does that have to do with the price of peas in Paris?
So I'm like, okay. He's like, no, he uses condoms to clean the CDs. That's the... I'm dating myself because, like, you could see, we were still using CDs to DJ. And so he said that's the best way to clean a CD is through condoms.
Wow.
That's what he said to me.
That is... wow.
So go. Where does that fall in your flagometer?
That is blood red. That is blood that has been sitting out in the sun and turning black. That is some of the strongest red flag I've ever heard in my life. The fact that you would look me in the face and lie that terribly. The audacity.
The audacity. Because you know what? I'm going to Google if you can even clean a CD with a condom.
Why would you waste your time?
Because I took him back. That's why. I need to give justice to baby Kemi. Can you clean a CD?
Friend, there's no need to Google that.
I just need to give him with a condom. Today I learned that condoms can be extremely useful. Oh, use a condom to clean the DVD or CD.
How? The condoms got lube and stuff on it. So you're saying the lube?
Remove scratches from CDs with condoms.
That can't be real. What is that? Wikipedia?
Either way. But no. This to my ex who may be listening. See?
But
no,
regardless.
No. Okay, let's go with it. Let's even say it could clean a
Whose
CD.
car was it?
Why is your brother cleaning CDs in your car?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my story. All that to say.
That stressed me out.
No, and I wasn't stressed, and that's what stresses me out. I was like, well, I guess. No, I was a little bit like, and then,
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Something I've been thinking about this week in terms of red flags. For those of y'all that don't know me and Kemi in real life, we like to watch a lot of true crime documentaries. And so we've been watching this thing on Sarah Lawrence, College.
God.
College Cult. I don't know if y'all have heard about
Give
this.
them a little synopsis.
When I tell you this is a case study on red flags, and I already know what you're gonna say, but we'll go through it just to see at which point is the red flag happens. Sarah Lawrence College, there's a dorm that's, I was gonna say interracial. It wasn't really that because it's mostly white people in there. But it's got what is it? The men and women. What do they call that? Intramural. Co-ed. Co-ed. There it is. Co-ed dorm. Around 2013, 2012, something like that.
I remember they went same. Let me not age myself, but they were there in 2000 from 2009 to 2013.
Okay, so around that time, there's a young white girl in this dorm whose father is getting out of jail. He's getting out of jail. He don't have a place to stay. So she tells her like 4 or 5 roommates, because they all kind of living in this like apartment, like house thing. 4 or 5 roommates that she her dad's gonna come visit. Straight from the penitentiary.
And let's just pause. This is white privilege, okay? Because nobody was getting away with it. If I'm like, my father from Uganda is coming out from the penitentiary straight to live here, everyone would be like, absolutely not.
See, but I don't think she started off with living here. I think she said he was coming to visit. But
that's right.
Even still, one of my college roommates says her grown ass daddy is coming to visit the dorm and is gonna sleep on the couch. It's a hell no for me. Hell no, your grown ass daddy can't come stay. Why is he stay in a hotel if he wants to come visit you?
Motel 6.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Then this man ends up staying longer. He's sleeping on the couch.
And making food for them.
Cooking these niggas dinner.
And I think, you know what, that's where he got them. They were like, we tired of this dorm food. Your daddy cooks us luxurious meals, which I can't imagine.
Them spaghetti.
I can't imagine it was. But
Yeah. So he's making them spaghetti. He's staying there longer and longer. Then, first of all, let me just say, we've already hit several red flags thus far.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going, though.
The spaghetti. If you stay here for free, you better be hooking me up with something bigger than spaghetti.
Gourmet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then he continues to stay there. Now he's giving the kids advice, life advice. He's pulling them into corners, telling them about themselves, trying to get them to heal and stuff like that. Then he pulls one of her friends aside.
Was it the boyfriend? I can't remember.
Yes, he did that. But he also had one of her female friends, and that's who became his lover. So then he starts fucking one of his daughter's friends. Then, fast forward, I'm skipping through it. You can watch it on Hulu. It's fantastic. But then he moves to an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment that is not his.
I still am not clear.
Asian man.
I'm still not clear.
How did this Asian man give this apartment to them? I don't know.
I'm
It
still
doesn't
not
make any
clear.
sense. But he goes to a one-bedroom apartment, takes these kids with him. They go there. He's abusing them. He puts the one girl up for prostitution, making all this money off of selling her.
He got the whole family, all 3 siblings. At what point?
At what point?
Here's my question for you. At what point? Let's make it black. Okay. You,
Please.
me, Latifah, Namuna, grad school. We in a home. Okay. With my situations, because my parents are far. Latifah's like, hey y'all, my dad is coming to visit. Can he sleep on the couch? Are we seeing a red flag yet?
I'm having questions, but sure. This is a night.
Do you come to me and be like, can we, bruh?
At that point, I might give you a side eye, but I don't know that I would say anything. I would probably keep it to myself and be like, listen, times are hard for everybody. You just getting out of jail. You ain't got no money for no hotel. Sure.
Yeah.
A night.
I will check in with you. That's what I like to do. I like to look in. Is this person clocking? Okay. Must be me. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Latifah's dad comes, stays one night,
Great.
2 nights, cooking us oxtail and recipes.
Fantastic.
It's now week 1.
A week? See, no. By the time we get to a week, that's when I'm having
Done.
Why is he? Why
But
has
he's
it?
giving you advice on your dating.
I don't give a good.
And it's working.
I don't give a good goddamn. That man can reach me on Zoom. He cannot stay here. That grown ass man, somebody's grown ass daddy cannot be staying with us when we are in college. This is some fuck shit. And this is how white people get in trouble. This is how they end up in cults. It's this right here. It's this just complete acceptance of whatever the fuck somebody brings into your life. I don't understand it.
No, for real, because if you look at everyone in that cult, not a single black person
At
was
all.
in there. And I know
Because-
there are black people at Sarah Lawrence.
Because had there been a black girl in that dorm, she would have been like, absolutely not. And if y'all not going to kick him out, I'm going. I'm going to the school. Y'all going to put me somewhere else because I'm not staying here with this grown-ass man.
Which brings me back. He got their parents involved. Now, my parents would be like, what are you doing?
And that's a whole other thing. That is a whole other
That
thing.
is the reddest of reddest flags. In fact, you know what? Y'all should go watch that because that, like you said, is a case study
Truly.
on red flags.
Anyway, so yes, that is my red flag of the week. Several red flags all through that shit. It's 3 episodes. We about to watch the last one.
Yeah, we're about to watch the 3rd episode. Cults are actually a good example of red flags. And actually, I think they're, in some ways, when you're in a dysfunctional relationship, they work like a cult. There's a promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, walk with me now.
all right,
okay.
listen.
There's a promise, because all good cults have a promise.
Uh-huh.
There's a fix to something in your life.
Yes.
And it's immediate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in a cult, it's usually like the need to belong. In a relationship, it's usually the need to belong or to have intimacy or to have
love.
regular sex on a regular with someone you supposedly trust.
Yes, uh-huh.
And it's like immediate, right?
Yeah.
They appeal to like an immediate need. And then shit starts getting a little twisted. But you're holding on to the initial promise.
Yeah.
And then you're getting deeper and deeper. And then cults isolate you. So there's dysfunctional relationships, especially if you're in a relationship with a narcissist.
Come on.
Which I have been. I have been there. They try to isolate. That's where he got me twisted. I'm like, you never isolated me from mine.
True.
You know?
True.
And so they isolate you. And now you're only dependent on this other person or your cult leader or your community. So I think actually cults are a great example of how you will end up in a red flag.
Yeah.
Oof. Lordy. I have a question about red flags.
Yes.
So, you know how it is when you like are in it, you don't see it as a red flag. Let's use the reddest of red flags from your life. We don't have to go there yet. We're only on episode 1. We don't know y'all, okay? And we may not be back. But when you look back, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that it's a red flag.
Yeah.
What do you... What do you... I'll put myself on the line, okay? The CD thing. When I tell that story, I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? But at the time, to go back to the cult, like, you're making sense of it. Why do you think this? Because the reason why, let me rewind, is when I really wanted to make this podcast, I wanted to just laugh at the red flags and laugh at ourselves. And because I think it's funny that a lot of people don't talk about the red flags because you don't want to look stupid. Yeah. But I also want us to have empathy for ourselves.
That's right.
And know that, A, everybody do some dumb shit when you're like holding on to a promise. And B, I think that there is there's a habit or there's something seductive about looking back at yourself and be like, that was really dumb. But you're looking back with the knowledge that you have now.
That's right.
You can see that A, B, C, it was clearly a red flag. But at the time, you didn't have that much knowledge.
Right.
And at the time, I'm trying to save CD Kemi. I don't know that it works with the CD version. But like different red flags. Yeah. At the time, you didn't have that much information.
Yeah. When you said that, looking back at red flags that you didn't know were red flags then, it brought up a young man that I dated.
I'm not trying to laugh at you. I just said I wasn't trying to laugh at you. Sorry. I see you going there, and I know who you're going to say. Anyway, go ahead.
Let me take a sip.
Okay, so also another thing. For our exes who like to stalk us, we will never mention names. We will always give y'all a nickname. So.
I don't even have one for him. Anyway, this young man, this was the second time around for this young man. And the first time was a shit show.
Okay.
The second time, but I was young, and the promise I had in my heart for this relationship, I said maybe the first time, maybe he was going through something, he's got a lot going on.
Let's pause. What was the promise? Was it this about to be my husband? Was the promise, like, what was the thing? Because, there's always a thing you're holding on to.
He was my first, like, for real, official relationship with a guy.
It's love, the promise.
The promise was love. I didn't.
You never do. Just like a cult. You never get there. But the thing you're holding on to is that initial.
Yeah, it was love adjacent. It was a strong like.
Yeah.
My God.
It's one of those double likes.
Yeah.
Double tap.
Yeah. So we're trying again. I was living in an apartment with 2 other people. This young man says to me that he's getting thrown out of his apartment and needs a place to stay, just to get on his feet. Say it was going to be a week.
Do you realize this is giving Sarah Lawrence cult?
I should have known.
York set himself up. He's like, why would anyone bring their daddy to live? You bringing your ex. Oh, I didn't mean to judge. Go ahead.
I'm fine.
Sorry.
We were together at the time.
Okay.
So this was bringing my boyfriend.
Oh, this is the first time around.
No, this is the second time around.
Oh, okay.
So the second time around, so he needed a place to stay. I said, you're not about to be homeless. You can come stay with me.
Because why would you make your man homeless?
That's right.
Because now you got to explain to people why you going on the corner of 34th and 8th to visit your man.
To see my man and bring him some mac and cheese. Yes.
That's not right.
Come stay with me. So this is the first red flag. When you were talking about things you missed, this is what popped into my head. The day he was supposed to move in, he had work.
He had a job.
He had a job.
Love it.
At the time.
Oh.
That was, okay, he had a job at the time. He was supposed to be working that day. He showed up at my apartment like, okay, I got to go move my stuff, but I'm supposed to be at work. But I'm going to just, I don't like that job, so I'm going to just not go and move my stuff. I said, well, why don't you call them? Why don't you tell them the situation? Why don't you explain to your manager that you got kicked out of your place and you got to move your things today? Oh, I don't like that job anyway. That manager, I don't fuck with him. So I'm not gonna go. I can find another job easy.
This is the red flag. He knows he has a place to stay where he not paying rent, and so he don't need the job. But at the time,
I did not realize what was happening. Now, was it strange to me that a nigga shows up at your house to move in for a week and then talk about not working no more? York of today would be like, first of all, York of today wouldn't be in this situation.
Come on, testimony time.
Let's pump the brakes there. But the fact that you would move in with somebody, and it's not even that you wanted to quit your job. You just didn't show up. You stopped showing up. Mind you, this wasn't the first time he just didn't show up to his job, because he had done that in his tenure with me previously. So they were probably going to fire him anyway, but it's the audacity to just decide that you're not going to show up to work so you can move into my place, which he ended up staying at for a month before I got him. And now I'm triggered. And now we're about to go down the road. So I'm going to end it here because this is the trauma is bubbling up in my spirit as we speak. So what I'm going to end it here. But the point of the matter is, there are signs very early on that you miss.
But I'm interested in how you justified it. Because I think we need to go back, as my therapist will say. What did that part of you need in that moment?
I needed a nigga. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted to be in a relationship. I wanted to be in love. I had never been in love before. So I was like, this is an opportunity. This is a decent-looking young man who likes me.
Not decent.
I mean, he was good looking.
Okay,
I mean, he was good looking to me.
Yes.
So, I'm not.
He was decent.
He was. He has, and I believe somewhere in there he has a good heart. See, we're getting too deep. Okay. Anyway, I think I wanted a relationship, and I was willing to do whatever it took to have it.
Yes, but what did you justify? Do you get what I mean? Like when he was like staying like week 3, like what do you tell yourself in order to be like, I'm still gonna hold it? Because you always have to, that's the thing. It's like with the red flag, you have to change it. Like, what do you say? The blood red? Like when you walk in and see the mattress, you have to change it to make sure that it's giving flowers with a barcode on. So there's a story you tell yourself.
I think the story I told myself was that he's just having a hard time. And because I was in a position where, I was just about to say that I was in a position to where I could be of some help. That's a goddamn lie. Because I was working 2 jobs. Let me tell you, I was going to work from like 9 to 4, then going to a serving job from like 5 till like 2 in the morning, coming home, and that nigga was laying up in my bed, having been there all day smoking weed. I don't even know what my point is because I'm angry.
No,
I'm
your
upset.
point is that you were not in a place to be helping.
I was not in a place to be helping him.
But that's what I'm asking.
But I justified
that's what you
it
justified
by
it.
saying
I got 2 jobs. This nigga don't have none.
he don't have, and he's searching. He's looking for a job.
Yeah.
So I can be of help to him right now while he's searching. But the thing is, he took advantage of my kindness. And that's a whole other story for another podcast if we come back.
Yeah, and when we get to episode 28, possibly if we do come back, I'm telling y'all, we don't know. We gonna see how many people listen to this, okay? Because we're tired of it. Oh, y'all should have a show. Okay, we've done it.
Yeah.
If y'all don't listen, goodbye.
It's gonna be them same 21 people from the live during the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, remember, do the live for. You know, the thing is with, let me tell you, the thing about doing a live and you see 4 people, it's just giving like.
So sad.
It's so sad, but we had a lot of fun because we would have our regulars, the 4 people.
The 4 people.
Shout out to Miss Sherry.
Yeah.
You know, she really did come through.
She did.
Know?
Every week.
But yeah. No, anyway, the point is, in episode 28, maybe York will tell you the rest because I know the rest. And believe it or not, in this story, that is the rose blush. That is the rose blush pink of it all.
My God in heaven.
My God.
How are we doing on time?
Zach, do you know how we're doing on time?
42 minutes.
Okay, I think we could go another 8 minutes.
Okay, should we get into the
Instagrammers?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
listen with the people.
I like a 50-minute episode because I like to walk for 45 minutes. And so let's go. You know, I asked on the grams about some questions about red flags. You know, we don't have enough time to get into all of them. There weren't that many. We don't have all day to get into. We
That's
just
right.
kind of choose the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he wants to bang, knowing I have COVID.
I'm sorry.
This is
Wait. We just dove right in.
yes,
All right.
Yes. It's a dating app.
Okay.
He wants to bang, knowing that she has COVID. Is this a red flag? She also wants us to know that she said, I would never. Is this a red flag? You've been talking to the man. Y'all have been like, you know that thing on the dating app where you're like, oh, this is a little bit more interesting than what's your favorite color. Okay. He's cute.
Yeah.
He maybe even knows a friend that you know, and they're like, oh, that's a good guy, York. That's a good guy. You were supposed to meet up on Saturday. It's not on some relationship thing. Like, it's just like, you're on your Eat, Pray, Love right now.
That's right.
And so it's not on some, like, we about to be
Dating seriously.
Or maybe it's open.
Okay.
It's open. So you're supposed to meet on Friday. He was going to take you on a date. You tell him, like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I was looking forward to it. 2 lines, COVID. He replies, and then, question mark, I still want to bang. Is that a red flag? It's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one.
Because half of me is turned on. Like, oh, you willing to get COVID for mine?
And you know, especially, and you know, this is the other thing that we're going to talk about red flags. It is also what you accept is dependent on the relationship or situationship that you're coming out of. So if you are coming out of a relationship where the person was not taking initiative to see you,
Woo!
and then you just met this young man and he's talking about, I don't give a fuck if you are blowing red hot diarrhea, COVID diarrhea out your ass, I'm trying to be a part of that. Now, for the gays, this is depending on the symptoms and what's going on and what position you play, you may not want to let somebody smash or with the COVID stomach.
Got it. Oh, but the COVID stomach is not. You don't have the runs. I didn't.
I think some people have had stomach.
No, you don't have the runs. In this situation, you don't have the runs.
Okay, so
you just got like COVID light. Like you have a little fever, but it's nothing like you would have gone on the date. You just don't want to give someone COVID.
So you feel fine.
You feel fine-ish, like a little, no different than a little flu.
Okay.
Like you would smash if it wasn't COVID. But this man says, I don't care that you got COVID. I still want to come over.
I don't think that's a red flag. Now that when you put it that way, I'm kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that may just be my.
Do you see how we haven't evolved as much as we think we have? Because I'd be like, to your point, you're right. Like when you are coming out of something, you're like, see?
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he could, I don't know that it's a red.
I don't know. It's giving white. It's giving a white shirt that's thrown in that has a red shirt in the wash. You know, it's a pink.
Oh, like
not even blush. It's like there's a soft whisper of a.
It's like that. It's like you put an ounce of rosé with white wine.
That's it.
Or like a mimosa where you put an ounce of strawberry juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what? But see how we've justified it. He wants to be with us. No.
This
if
is how
he's
we
that
end up
reckless,
in these situations.
if he's that reckless, what else? Because you have to think about what does it mean.
Mm-hmm.
If he's that reckless with COVID, what
else is he reckless with?
Sis, smash, but just know that don't come back to us.
Yeah, just know that you may be in a situation and we ain't the best people to ask, but it's okay.
This is a good one. And this is what we're gonna end on.
Okay.
Because I think it's vague. Oh, also someone asked, is York and his partner looking for a third? First of all, y'all didn't follow the instructions. Let's talk. I asked y'all to send me questions about red flags. Y'all talking about York. Okay, where can we listen to the podcast? We don't have this is the first podcast, okay? Y'all talking about York is fine. Okay, but we're going to answer this one question. York, are you and your partner looking for a third?
There is not currently a partner.
Okay, but do you ever think you would be open to having a third?
Absolutely not. I don't have. Okay, we talking about third as in like long-term, like polyamory, or we talking about me and my partner
just
finding
a guest star for one episode?
I could do that.
Is it a red flag if a guy you met originally wanted you as a third, and then he hits you up a week later, and it's like, let me not say a week, a month later, and it's like, you know what, shit didn't work out, but I still think you're hot. Like, I'd love to take you out. Red flag?
Wait, say that again?
Originally, it was on some, come be a third with me.
Oh, and his partner.
And his partner. They broke up. Now he wants to date you. And like, let's say it's me. I don't necessarily partake in the third situation. I'm not there yet. I might be one day. But like, I'm open to evolving. But like, I'm not there yet. So like, is it a red flag? Because I'll be like, well.
I don't do these jump into other things right after you got out or something. So that would be a red flag to me.
Oh, so the red flag is the switching.
But if we're having a good time, if it's not anything serious, sure, why not?
Okay, what if it's 6 months? My point is more that that he originally saw me as a third. He originally saw me as Michelle in Destiny's Child. And now he's 6 months later saying,
wants me to be Beyonce?
come through, Beyonce.
I don't know that would bother me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're here for promotion. So, are you looking for a third? The answer is no.
I don't. There's not a second, so I don't. So no.
Got it. Got it. Another funny thing is the dating app BLK red flag.
Yes.
What?
I feel like when we were talking earlier about spirits,
Yeah.
some of these apps have spirits. Christian Mingle,
Yeah.
Farmers
Wait,
Anonymous.
is BLK just black people? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You know, they always get me on Instagram. I'll tell you why. They post a fine, man.
They do.
Fine on your stories.
They do.
So I'm looking at stories and then boom, my type. And I feel like they know my type.
Yeah.
My type shows up and I'm like, oh, who's that? And I want to go look on their
Profile?
and it's BLK.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never been on it. But
I think I tried it once in a moment in the woods, and they don't have enough gays on there. Like some of these
it's
apps
giving
don't have
homophobia.
it. No, or the gays just don't congregate
Yeah.
there. I feel like the gays are on Hinge and Tinder and then Grindr and all that. But
Raya?
ooh, the man on Raya, it just
You know an app that don't love me? Raya.
same.
They don't. I be on there for weeks.
I deleted it.
Not a single tap. And then one tap will come. Can we be friends? No, I have friends.
Not here for that.
Raya don't give me love.
Yeah, it's trash.
And then I tried to make it a race thing, and I was like, oh, it must be a black woman. I told my friend, she's like, I get all the likes. Well, anyway, I don't do dating apps anymore.
Me either. I've delivered.
I don't do
from-
dating apps, but I my new thing is hook me up with your friends.
I don't even want that.
I do. If y'all watching this, if y'all listening to this, if you know someone that you think, ooh, Kemi would be good with, hook me up because I need someone to blame. And Hinge don't have customer support that I can complain to for the last thing I was in. So, yeah, I need to be like, yo, you said this man was a good man.
I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, back to the red flag that we need to end on because
Yes.
this has actually been great. When y'all are together and he's super attentive, so in person, but he takes all day to text back when apart. I think this is good because this is very vague. You're like, so like when he's together, like everything is perfect, but as soon as y'all leave, it's giving, I'm busy. First of all, let's break this down. Do you find someone who texts back late like a red flag?
Yes.
Why?
Because, and this is in the context of like seriously dating,
Yeah.
because it takes a certain amount of energy and focus and investment to really build something with someone. And so if you are not taking the time to like, you know, converse, we don't have to have long conversations on text, but I feel like there's a certain amount of energy that you need to put into communicating.
Okay, is it like an hour? Is that long for you?
And-
okay, let's find.
Oh, between
Yeah, I want to
responses?
find when you think it's giving a red flag.
It's not really that. It's more of like if there's long stretches of time that in between texts, all the consistently.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what that time is for you.
It could be-
What do you consider long? Because for me, my long starts to be around hour 3. I'm like, what are you doing in these 3? Unless you're shooting or,
Yeah.
you know, like there are days where honestly, like yesterday, I can't text back because of where I am.
Mm-hmm.
But like on a regular, so at some point in 3 hours, I can reply you.
Yes.
Mine is 3.
But to me, if it's like, if you're pretty consistent and then every once in a while you go 3 hours, I don't care. But if it's like every day, there are 3 hour spans between the time you respond to text, that's when I'm like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me, 3 hours is fine, consistently.
No.
2 hours is your ideal?
my ideal is an immediate response.
Oh, okay. But
But-
that, let me tell you who gave me immediate responses. Someone who didn't have a job and didn't have better things to do, okay? That also, to me, let me tell y'all, someone who's too available, I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah, that's a whole.
It's a rose blush for me because I just
It's-
feel like I'm at work during the week.
But the thing is, like, I'm not texting you all the time. So when I do text you, if I get an immediate response back, it's like, okay, it's great.
Okay.
If there's some time in between there, that's also great. It's when I'm not hearing from you and I'm sitting there having to come up with stories about why you're not texting me back, and there's no communication. That's where I'm like, I don't like, that's too much stress.
To your point, after work hours, like if I text you around 6 and you reply me at 9, I'm like,
Yeah, nigga, you ain't doing nothing.
yeah.
You're not doing nothing.
Okay, so back to that. Super attentive now that we know your time. But when you're together, it's all the things. He's saying all the things and doing all the things, consistent. Like if he says, let's meet up on a Wednesday at 8 p.m., he shows up at 7:55 on a Wednesday. Like he's doing all the things. There's no red alarm, but like when you're not together,
I don't trust it.
you don't.
I would have.
Oh, yeah.
I would have prior
To the evolution.
to the evolution.
Okay.
But I have learned that those kinds of things that you're like fighting yourself on and being like, but he does, but it's always, that's the shit that comes back around later.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it was very clear and I just ignored it and I justified it. So now I'm like, I need a little bit more communication. If that's something that you can't do, then that's fine. Then we're probably not, good for each other.
You know what? I just learned something from you today, and I think this is a good place to end. The minute you say "but," it's probably a red flag.
It's probably a red flag.
Because that's the story.
Yep.
Once you have to add story, but he does X, but he went through A.
Yep.
That's about to change my dating life. Because there's someone I just said, but. And I did say, I was like, but.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Damn.
It's not
Well,
worth it.
I guess you're not going to hear from me now. Oh, yo, we did good. Shout out to our pilot episode.
That's right.
All right. We still get cheers. How red is red. We may be back next week. We'll see
next
if y'all listen. If not, it's been fun for this one pop-up podcast.
We thank all 4 of you.
Yes, we thank all 5 of you because I'm a listen. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a little jingle for the end?
Whoa.
You always go gospel.
It's a red flag. These niggas giving out red flags like candy. Do you want to have diabetes?
And on that note, goodbye, y'all. Don't get this diabetes. This is Kemi and York with How Red is Red. Good job.